If you have trouble finding motivation to work on your physical health, this video is for you. It's very simple. Sometimes the things that are very simple can escape us, um, but it's simple. Move your body daily. And I know I can speak from experience. Sometimes such a simple concept isn't as simple as it seems. Um, I know that I've been through times in my life where I didn't have the motivation, I didn't have the urge, I didn't have the want or the need. Well, I guess I didn't have the want, but I definitely had it. I definitely had the need to work on my physical health, but put it to the side, um, because of a number of things, like depression or grief, losing a loved one, or busyness, doing a bunch of different things where you feel like you don't have enough time to move your body or work on your physical health, um, procrastination, or just excuses. You know what I mean? All those, most of those can be looked at as excuses in themselves. But yeah, it's super important. One thing I've learned recently is that if you run 10 miles or 5 miles, that's essentially the same thing as walking 5 miles or 10 miles as far as the exercise that and the results that it has on your body. So even if you're a person that doesn't like to run, that's not an excuse not to exercise. That's not an excuse not to walk. Um, Whether you walk to a park or you walk around a stadium of some sort or whatever, like do laps around a track or whatever, whether you're walking or you're jogging or you're running. My biggest preference of exercise now, about to hit my 30s, I'm 29, um is biking. Biking is my favorite thing to do if I'm going to exercise, because I'm not someone who really, I definitely don't like running at this point in my life, and I don't really like walking, like for as far as exercise anyway. Like I drive a car, so I don't even walk many places. I think I'll walk if I'm doing, maybe if I'm going on a hike or if I'm going somewhere around the corner, like, or something like that. Like, and that is, walking is refreshing to me, but it's not my most preferred choice in exercise. But biking is. I feel like biking is so fun, um, especially if I'm biking around my neighborhood, my hometown neighborhood and whatnot. I feel like biking gives you. I put on my headphones. It's refreshing. It's therapeutic. It's a stress reliever and whatnot. And that's what moving your body daily ultimately is too. They say that it sharpens your mind, but also uplifts your spirit. So if it sharpens your mind, if working out or exercising or walking or running, um, and work on your physical health strengthens your mind and your uplifts your spirit, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? Like the opposite of that is not strengthening your mind and not uplifting your spirit, and then just overindulging in food, or, like, you know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't. And this is like, I feel like, what is it, preaching to the choir almost, um, because I love food. I need to take this advice and then some, because I'm not where I want to be at my, like, ideal weight or whatever. So it's like, it's nice out. I need to get a new bike. I need to apply this myself. So, like, I'm giving this advice to you guys, whoever's watching, but I'm also listening to it and about to take it and execute it for myself, because I know in the past years, like, biking has been my favorite thing to do when the weather is nice, and my, especially, not maybe not my favorite thing to do, but my favorite choice of exercise, if you will. But it doesn't even stop there with biking, walking, and uh, running. Uh, because there's also sports, there's games, there's football. If you like football, if you don't like football, there's basketball. If you don't like basketball, there's soccer. If you don't like soccer, there's volleyball. If you don't like volleyball, there's swimming. Swimming is it's about to be summertime. Swimming is probably the best thing you could do because it's gonna be hot as hell, likely wherever you're at. But you'll also be like refreshed by the water, by the pool, um, while exercising because they say swimming is like some of the best type of exercise because you're working underwater and it's like the pressure and different things, swimming and whatnot. So all the things like so I definitely recommend moving your body daily, if for nothing else, for it to sharpen your mind and uplift your spirit. Because I feel like that's something that, especially in these times in the country, in the world, a lot of us are mentally deprived or just like mentally exhausted or spiritually exhausted. Just like a lot of us feel like quitting, or a lot of us feel like quote unquote maybe there's no hope, or they can't catch a break or whatever. So like exercising is a way to negate that feeling. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've dealt with depression in my life and whatnot. So to anyone who is dealing with depression now, thankfully I'm not, but to anyone who's dealing with it now, and you can't maybe you can't afford therapy or whatever the case may be is, or like I don't know what your situation is, but what you can do is you can move your body daily and uplift your spirit and sharpen your mind in that way. Obviously, also you could read books or hang out with friends and do things, but even that you can do that. There's some people that read books while they exercise. Some people that read while they're lifting or while they're running or whatever the case may be, or listen to audio books or whatever the case may be. So like that's a two birds one stone type of situation. Also like with like I said, hanging out with friends and whatnot, you could hit up a couple homies and be like, yo, I need to get in the gym, help me, like I want to get in the gym, come to the gym with me. Not only is it, are you helping yourself when it comes to uplifting your spirit and sharpening your mind, but then you're helping your homies because you don't know what they're going through, and maybe they want to see you. Maybe they want this is a perfect time or perfect way to spend time with each other without harming each other through alcohol, through drugs, through whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So it's just like um, moving your body daily, if not every single day. Like you can start slowly and grow with time. Like once a week, every other day, 3 times a week. You know what I mean? So it's just like whatever your comfortability and whatever works best for you, so that you're able to work out and move your body as much as possible, so that you don't, you're not staying stagnant, B, you're constantly working on yourself, and not even in a pressurous way, more of a just a positive way. It's funny because most of us, if we went to public school, I assume private school too. I didn't go to private school, so I don't know. But most of us had gym class in high school, middle school, elementary school, all of that. And I feel like for a lot of us, gym was a drag. If you were an athlete, I was an athlete in school, so I actually looked forward to gym, but a lot of people didn't look forward to gym. But it's funny how important that is in real life. I feel like a lot of times we talk about how people talk about how school doesn't teach us like 100% necessary things like taxes and different things of that nature. But one of the most important things it taught us was gym, like physical education, um, because you need that. Like whether you use it all or different things here and there, it's super important to apply that into your life. If you're not having some type of physical element in your life, then you're kind of, I feel like you're cheating yourself. And shout out to my gym teacher back in the day, Coach Lachlan. He says you could cheat. He could cheat. You could cheat your taxes. You could cheat on your wife. You can't cheat your reps or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not word for word. That's not the best advice, but the point of the advice stands strong and whatnot. So just like, I know it's not easy. especially like depending on what mentality you're in, and what you've been through in life. But I would definitely say a great piece of advice is to work on your physical health, especially because if you work on, I feel like I don't know. I feel like work. I don't feel like all the different health that we have, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual. I think that's it. Let's say that that's it. There might be. I feel like there's one more, but let's say that that's it. Emotional. I feel like working on your physical health. And like, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but that might be the one that directly affects the others. Like as far as like if you work on your physical health, like what we said is it sharpens your mental health and uplifts your spiritual health, and arguably uplifts your emotional health, depending on no matter what you're going through, whether you're going through a breakup or a fight with a friend, or I don't know, you just lost your job, or you hate your job, or you're struggling with your job, or whatever the case may be. Is like physically working on yourself seems to positively affect those different parts of who you are as a person. Not to say like you can't be like you're not a good person if you don't work out, but I feel like it has a direct correlation to how you feel about yourself, and how you feel, like obviously like health wise, but how you feel emotionally, spiritually, mentally. So it's like it just makes complete sense. So like I said, I hope this helps. If this does help, let me know in the comments. If you have any feedback or anything that you'd like me to know, you have any advice that you would like to leave for somebody else in the comments, or a story or whatever, feel free. And yeah, make sure that you put your physical health, put it as a priority. You don't necessarily have to put it first, but put it. It's definitely a part of the big three or the top five and whatnot. So you got this. Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out these videos where we talk more about music, dating, and real life situations. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Make sure you check out these videos and make sure you subscribe. Peace.